nothing, flying all the way out here to LA and just doing it.
Right. All right, so we have another 2 purple belt matches here in our in the 145-pound tournament. What a great match!
Right? I know.
We have Rita back here with us.
Right at the buzzer, right? She got that
8
overtime.
seconds
Oh my
left.
God.
8 seconds left. So we have here Nicole Aguirre from Surfite Jiu-Jitsu, which is an Alliance Jiu-Jitsu affiliate, and Joe Maisonneuve.
Surfite is the newest club in San Diego.
Is it? I was wondering
or it's like
about
Del Mar.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Joel Tudor and Majid Hage.
Oh,
They
wow.
broke off and started their own little thing.
Nice. And then Joe Maisonneuve is from Ottawa.
Yes,
Academy
I
of
know.
Martial Arts.
She's from Henzo Gracie, Ottawa. Shout out to Ann David. We were white belt training partners together like 13 years ago.
No way.
Yeah, so
Wow.
she trains every day with one of my OG training partners.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was
She
I'm really
looks pretty
excited for this
intense too. She's a veteran of the Canadian Forces.
That's true. She's strong. She's an MMA
So like the Army
fighter.
for
Yes.
It's too nice to have an army. What is going on?
I mean, we have you guys' backs usually, so like if they need somebody to be polite and try to sort things out rationally. No, I'm sure she's heavily trained. And
Oh yeah, she
really
looks like a killer actually. Especially with that buzz cut, I'd love to see that.
Oh yeah.
She did just get her purple belt last January, which is exciting to see, especially in this tournament. I was just saying, oh wow, Nicole goes for a shot.
And it's stuffed. It looks like Joe has the chin.
Oh, now Joe does have quite a bit of wrestling.
Right.
I stalked her Instagram earlier, and it looks like she works that quite a bit. And obviously, being a veteran of the Canadian Forces,
Absolutely.
she is no stranger to being aggressive and dominant.
That MMA style, like a lot of times. I mean, wasn't it? Juliana
got the
Miller,
back.
an MMA fighter, won the last event, right? The Costa Mesa
that's
one.
right.
So they're just
Right.
tough and hard to submit. She's got the back with both
And the
hooks, so
cardio,
easy.
MMA fighters usually have really enhanced cardio. Joe has the back. She's searching for that rear naked choke, it looks like. Nicole is doing a good job of keeping that arm on the other side of her body.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure Nicole has trained this position a lot given the EBI overtimes. So, you don't want it to happen in regulation, but I'm sure she's prepared.
Yeah.
But
and she
again-
does cross-train with the 10th Planet San Diego
Oh, she
crew.
does.
Yeah, so she's no stranger to EBI overtime rules. But, we have 7.5 minutes, and Joe is solidly attacking that back.
I am so impressed. Like, Joe flew in from Canada yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
Yesterday.
She just got here.
How far is Ottawa?
Ottawa, I mean, it's a couple hours away from Toronto, but it's
on the
it's
East
across, it's across the continent. So
That is a ways
probably
to
a
fly.
6-hour flight if she was able to come directly.
It's got to be greater than that.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
But still working the back. Nicole's surviving and coming up to
slipping
top
out
position and
and
immediately
passing.
smashes. She takes that opportunity right away to try to get a good position.
Now they are both on their feet now. I wouldn't be surprised if I see another shot either by Nicole or Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have 6.5 minutes left in this match. Slowed down just a little bit. We'll see what goes on.
And Nicole also is more of a smashy, passy top player, like you were saying. So let's see if she can get the top position and work her game here.
And I mentioned earlier, when you have two fighters who do prefer the top game, you're going to see them on their feet a little bit more because neither wants to give the guard, right?
No.
There you go. Nicole looks like she's looking for a Russian. Wow.
That was a good foot sweep and on her right away.
And we are completely off the mats. They have stopped the match. Hopefully neither of the ladies are hurt because it is concrete over there.
It is concrete. Okay, here we go. They're going to try to restart them.
How can you possibly restart it?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a very dynamic off the mat situation.
So they are arguing about the position. Did they start them? Yep, they started time.
Started,
All right.
okay. We're almost halfway here.
Joe is being,
She wants to use the wall.
which both women are familiar with working off of the cage. Both have a little bit of a background in MMA, so, but this is a jiu-jitsu match, so they are going to try to keep them in the middle. Nicole is also familiar with heel hooks, even though she looks like she might be attacking the arm there.
Yeah, and Joe's doing a good job keeping her head in the armpit to avoid that connection.
And that's pretty impressive, I think, especially as for purple belts, because you do, like, as you progress through your jiu-jitsu career, your head is just another limb that you can use. Great pressure by Joe. Great defense by Nicole. Looks like Joe is looking for a leg lock.
Trying, but she doesn't quite have the 50-50. She just has her knee up in the middle. Oh, she has the reaping position.
Oh, so okay, she's got a honey hole position.
Yeah, she does.
She's looking
and
for
she's looking for the heel yet. Oh,
great job.
Yeah, Nicole got her knee to the mat.
Now what Nicole has to do is has to smash past and clear that knee.
Get the head control. Really nice.
Now, this is kind of the first time we've seen Nicole on top during this match. We have about 4 minutes left.
And she does look smashy. Right to mount here. She's got the head control. Trying to isolate the arm on the mat and pass it to her other hand, but it looks like Joe may be in the clear here and back on top.
Yeah, we do. I mean, it is really difficult, especially for Nogi, to really do a lot of tight submissions from the guard.
For sure.
It's so easy to slip out, especially when you're sweaty, and 7 minutes into the match, you are going to be sweaty, especially as dynamic as this match has been.
And I find, against other women, too, who are just so bendy and know how to noodle their arms out of every position. We have more shoulder mobility, typically.
Yeah, so frustrating. Which I think is why, the 10th spot Nicole goes for a guillotine attempt. This is... I'm glad they have EBI overtime, because if this was a ref's decision, it'd be incredibly hard.
It would be hard.
But like I was saying, from the guard position, I think that's why the rubber guard, Eddie Bravo's rubber guard, is so effective, because it does bind somebody up from the guard.
I agree. I mean, I play rubber guard, and I say my legs become my lapels. Once I switch from gi to no gi, that's where my grips go. All right, fighting for the leg entanglements. Nicole's trying to clear her knee line, and Joe's really fighting to get a high.
Joe she has an opportunity for the honey hole, which she's diving
weaving
in.
her foot
there
in.
we go.
She's got it. But Nicole's keeping that leg inside and elevating her Joe's other leg to escape that position. Another
exposing the heel on Nicole, but Nicole, like we saw earlier, has great awareness of where her heel is and is able to kind of slip and keep that out of position, and she's on top.
And she slides right to the pass. Joe's exposing her back. Wow. So we went from Joe having the back to now Nicole has it at the end with 90 seconds left. It's a sneak preview for the overtimes if it ends up going that far.
That's true. Joe's doing a good job of keeping that arm on the other side, just like Nicole did in her prior position.
Switching to mount, but Joe gets the single leg X.
Or is attempting to. Nicole is keeping solid pressure. And we're in guard.
Okay, I can breathe.
I think both ladies are breathing too. We have about a minute left. Joe has to attack a submission, and Nicole has to get out of here. But I do foresee that this is going to go into overtime. 1 minute is it's not a lot of time to really make something work.
On the way that it's been going, both ladies seem to be very experienced and good at fighting each other off. So
great defense on both of their parts, great offense on both of their parts.
Top, bottom,
I would like to see a little bit more especially whoever advances from this is going to face probably a brown belt or a black belt in the next round.
Oh, and they're both purple belts, did we say? Oh, jeez.
The last match was both purple belts. And so we have purple belts, brown belts, and 2 black belts in this tournament.
Yeah.
So it's
I love that.
I love that.
I love mixing the different belts.
I think, my first ADCC trials, I was a purple belt, and I fought Masonneuve.
You did?
I did, in the final.
I love her so much. It was her birthday the other day.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
She's still in
Shout
Vegas?
out to Tammy. Yeah, she's in Vegas. Tammy Musumeci. And how did that go? Purple belt versus black belt.
It was good. I survived for a little bit.
That's great.
Wow, Nicole is on top with
Scramble straight to mount.
And we have time. It is on to EBI overtime rules.
And they're both smiling. I love that too.
Yeah. So with the EBI overtime, we have 2 minutes each round.
Okay.
So each lady gets 2 minutes, and they have a choice of either taking the back or a spiderweb position.
Spiderweb, which is arm bar for those who aren't familiar with the 10 planet terms.
So arm bar, and they are, unlike the initial EBI rules, is they cannot hug the leg. So they have to have their opposite hand on the mat.
Okay, so they need to have at least one hand on the mat.
One hand hooked,
to start.
one hand on the mat.
So let's see what happens.
So Fatima gets Joe gets the choice.
And she's taking the back.
She's taking the back. I am going to guess that she is going to try to put a little body lock on her.
Yeah, we'll see.
Stay nice and tight on that shoulder. So she's definitely practiced quite a bit of EBI rule set.
There you go, you called it. She got the body triangle.
Well, she got the body triangle earlier, and she does have those long legs. She's trying to attack, but, she also has to be aware that she wants to put some ride time. Wow. Nicole escapes.
Yeah,
great job.
That was great.
That was 12
Again,
seconds.
they're really slippery. That's it.
That was 12 seconds.
Oof. Okay.
Nicole opts for the back position as well.
And I think that's a good strategy when there's up to 3 rounds, because typically you see people being able to hold the time longer from the back.
Especially with the body lock. Nicole's doing a good job of trying to stay on her back. She needs to adjust with Joe, or Joe's going to escape.
Her shoulders on the mat.
Yes.
Because if it switches to mount, it's done, right?
It's done, yeah.
There
Unless she has, if it switches to mount, and Nicole would have transitioned to a head and arm choke, it would still have been live.
The last match, there was a triangle that shot up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and so it's
great.
Still live, even though she was no longer on the back.
Oh, it looks like they're about even on
were they?
Ride time right now.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
So this is a fresh start. Nobody seems to be in the lead.
Joe chooses the back once again.
Okay.
He's going to actively hook or search that submission.
I mean, I would be interested in seeing one of them go for the spider web armbar position, because we didn't see that in the regulation. So
right. And I think that might be their choice next time, just because both of these ladies have done a really good job of defending the back.
Right. They weren't able to submit each other when both had this position in regulation.
So Nicole is transition, and we are out. That was about 29 seconds. Now Nicole, her strategy is either to submit or to get a lot more ride time.
Because there's three rounds, right?
3 rounds,
okay.
Yep. And so if neither of these ladies get a submission in the EBI rounds, the overtime rounds, then whoever has the fastest escape is going to win.
Right, okay. And looks like Joe has taken the lead now on ride time.
Or escape time, rather.
Escape time. So.
And she goes for the back again.
Okay. I mean, maybe she's feeling confident that Nicole won't be able to submit her and she can hold her longer, knowing she's in the lead.
Although Nicole she's doing like we saw in the first round. She was able to escape in a relatively short amount of time.
She's already on her side, getting to her knees, and Joe stays up.
She's
using her head to
do a better job transitioning to maintain on the back this time than she did in the previous 2 rounds.
Yeah, you're right.
But she has to keep adjusting because once Nicole gets those shoulders to the mat, she's halfway out of there and gets out. All right, so this last round is going to be the make or break.
Yeah.
Nicole really needs to put some ride time on Joe.
Or submit her.
Oh, obviously, yeah.
So let's see what she opts for. Armbar? Okay.
Oh. Nice. So she is attacking the left arm, so for most people is going to be their weaker arm. I don't know if she intentionally did that, but that is the case.
She did specifically say, I want this arm. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Stacking. You know, like we saw earlier, we know that Joe has intensive pressure, so she is going to try to keep
lifting her
don't
up.
have slam.
Okay, I was just going to ask.
No,
that.
we are
So
not allowed
no
to slam.
Oh, so
we have some disagreement as far. I'm not sure if they're gonna. What are we gonna do here? So there is no slamming at the ends, but
they were wondering if you pick them up over the
if you're
hips,
allowed to,
then that ends the overtime.
Oh,
I think I wasn't aware of that rule. I
Yeah,
think that's what
wasn't
they're
either.
talking about.
they're checking the times at this moment. So I believe that's correct. If she's able to pick her up over the hips, then she's effectively escaped.
Wow. So good thing she practiced her deadlifts.
I think Joe might have gotten it. I think that was pretty fast.
I think so. Whew. So you
Great match.
competed in this rule set 2 weeks ago.
I did against your teammate.
And yeah, I know. I was watching and sweating very intensely.
Yeah, no, Gabby did an excellent job. It was the first time that I had competed in EBI rule set, so it's exciting for me. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You were supposed to do EBI once, weren't you?
No.
Oh, you weren't.
no, I
Oh.
was never invited. Thanks,
What?
Eddie.
Oh, man. Well,
But
it was good to
hopefully
see you in
next
that
time.
rule set.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was exciting.
It was really exciting. I knew Gabby was going to put me into guard because everybody puts me into guard.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen your wrestling, so.
Yeah, you don't want me to.
You killed it at No Key Worlds. Okay, let's see.
Here we go.
the
We are going to
results.
results.
Her name is Joe, just
Joe
like you said,
Maisonneuve.
Heather.
Excellent performance by both of these women.